Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Y'all know the count, man. We back again, man, with another In the Car Chronicles. Y'all already know what it is. We staying out the way on this channel, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe this junk, man. Turn this one up for me, man. But we're going to call this story right here, man. He did it to himself. Because he did, man. And we on Lawrenceville for this one right here, y'all, man. And I can remember, man, I was in a block, man. I was in 30 building with a dude, man. He had the gift of gab. He had the gift of gab, man. You know what I mean? He was one of those dudes. He was likable. You know what I mean? Like you didn't really, like, even if you wanted to really just beat him up real bad, if you was mad at him or he did something stupid, like you wouldn't do it, because like he was just one of those, like, he was funny. He was a funny dude too. I ain't gonna lie, he was a funny dude too, man. And he just was cool for real, man. He ain't mean no harm, but sometimes he'll get out there crazy. But we're gonna call this dude E-Ball, man. We're gonna call this dude E-Ball, man. But I remember E-Ball, man. E-Ball was in the block, man. And you know, E-Ball, he was involved in a lot of situations through the years of me being in 30 building. But this particular situation right here is kind of like he's on, like, you know, his luck went down a little bit. You know, he had a good run at it. You know, when I first got there, he was locked in. He had a good little run. You know what I mean? The run has ran out. Now he's become somebody that, you know, he's still trying to find his way though, but like in the cut, because like, you know, through the midst of him falling off, you know, E-Ball had a crazy, you know, he had a crazy addiction, man. E-Ball used to like to get his nose dirty, man. You know what I mean? And you know, that was his preference, you know, but that's what he used to like to do. So like, back to what I was saying, like, you know, he would owe bread sometimes. Like he would owe bread. Like he done owe me bread. You know what I mean? He done owe my roommate Ballhead bread. Like, and for real, like he rocked with me, but he didn't like dealing with me when it came to like, if we had like the Hardy, if we had like the D block, if we had the D block, he wouldn't want to deal with me because he already know how I'm gonna be. For one, I want my bread. I want my bread, E-Ball. You already know the count on my damn bread, man. I'm not joking. I want my bread. And he already know I used to want my bread. He knew it. You know what I mean? And he would deal with me if he had to. And he would pay. But sometimes E-Ball will be long-winded, y'all. Like, and you know, when you in penitentiary and you dealing with somebody that's long-winded when it comes to paying you money, like it's a good and a bad thing. You know what I mean? When I say it's a good and a bad thing, like it can, you know, like it can turn out good in your favor because you know he ain't really going nowhere. He might not go nowhere, you know what I mean? You praying he don't go nowhere, but as long as he's in there with you, you know you're gonna get paid. So it used to be situations like that, but he used to know, like, Weezy gonna be on your neck. I'm gonna be on your neck, bro. You already know it. I'm gonna be down on my money. While you're not walking by me every day without me knowing what's going on every day. After he said he's supposed to have paid me, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying I give him something, then I'm gonna be on him every day. Nah, like after he paid me, he be like, yo, I'm a happy Friday. Then Friday roll around and it's not there Friday, like I'm gonna be on him, and he know that. So like, me and him had that kind of friendship, you know what I mean? But for the most part, me and him was all right. But he used to deal with my roommate, you know what I mean, when it came to stuff like that. And for real, like my roommate kind of like had him. Like, you know what I mean? When I say had him, like he ain't had him, like he had him like, you know what I mean? Like he was extorting him or something. Like he just basically like really rock with my roommate. He used to rock with Head like that, you know what I mean? He used to trust him, you know what I mean? He used to holler at him about stuff. And you know, like they got a little bit more tighter just because like I knew E-Ball before Head moved to my cell. You know what I mean? So I already knew all the shenanigans that E-Ball be up to. So I was already past that. Now we was cool, but her Head used to always kick it with him like one-on-one, you know what I mean? So they was cool, you know what I mean, for the most part. But E-Ball, man, E-Ball moving around the joint, man, like E-Ball doing him. Now, E-Ball was just in a situation where he had a joint, you know what I mean? He like I told y'all, he got the gift of gab. So he ended up bagging a CO, you know what I mean? He bagged the CO, you know what I mean? He bagged it, he had it. You know what I mean? But it was like the situation he was in, it was like he didn't want to do nothing because, like, for real, man, he had like two dudes that was in the block, y'all. And I ain't gonna say their names. But I ain't gonna say their names either. But He had two dudes in the block, man. I was down like they, man. Y'all talk about I be on him when he old, man. Like he would get into debt, like secretive debt, like with people, and you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know, man. Like you'll be in the block and you be chilling, you know what I mean? We in there just kicking it. Then we look up, we see a dude from 32 pod, the honor pod come in. He quiet, but he an old maniac on the low. Like he been down a little minute, but he been in the cut. But you know, he getting a little paper in the, you know what I mean, on the low. So you'll see somebody like that that's popping the pod. The next thing you know, you'll see him, he be moving, looking. And next thing you know, he's going to E-ball sale. You know what I mean? Of course, E-ball owes him too. You know what I mean? So E-ball used to run the tab. He used to run his, he used to run his tab up, y'all. That's word. His tab used to be high, man. So like I say, he got the roller though. You know what I mean? So the joint he messing with, like she want to do stuff. You know what I mean? And she's doing stuff for him. But like the way he got to move, real careful with it. You know what I mean? He got to move real careful. And like I found this out later why he was moving real careful, because once he told Head that he had the lady, you already know me and Head was like barracudas. We was down, bro, what's up? What we need? What's up? What you, let me, He like, nah, look, she only bringing the Hank. Now, Hank is we call tobacco in Lawrenceville Hank. You know what I mean? Like, used to be so much up there. Like, we had to, I didn't create it. When I came up there, I mean, once they stopped selling the tobacco, like, it just became a nickname. We call it Hank. Don't ask me why. Like, dude, like, you got the Hank? Who got some Hank? He got the Hank. Okay, that was the nickname for it. But E-ball said she only bring the Hank. You know what I mean? So we like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, any money's good money. We still trying to get in. So he trying to like, nah, like he can't. He was like, look, I'm just going to look out for y'all. I'm just going to look out for y'all, man. You know what I mean? And I don't want nobody to know I got it. Now, E-ball, I told y'all he like to get his nose dirty. He didn't smoke no weed, but he liked to smoke tobacco. You know what I mean? He liked to, he getting his nose dirty. He got to have a cigarette. You know what I mean? So he used to like to smoke the tobacco. You know what I mean? So he said the lady bring the junk. So I can remember one day he come to the sale. You know what I mean? Now, when he come to the sale, I was kind of on the way out to the shower. That's where I was headed. I was headed to the shower when he was headed down to my tier. And when he walked by me, like, it's only like, if you get by a certain amount of sales, there's only a couple of sales that you probably could be going to. So when I seen him as I was walking, I was like, where you going at, E-ball? He was like, I'm about to go holler at your roommate real quick. So he went and hollered at Head. You know what I mean? He went and hollered at Ballhead and shit. So I dipped. You know what I mean? I come back, take the shower. I come back to the cell. You know what I mean? When I come back in the cell, he's still in the cell. So when I come back in, you know what I mean? He in there smoking a big roll up. You know what I mean? A decent cigarette. You know what I mean? So I come back in like, hey, what's up, E-ball? You know what I mean? He like, oh, you want? I'm like, yeah, let me hit the joint. So I get hitting the bogey. You know what I mean? We chilling. And Head, the way I see, like, bro was just on the bed when I left. So now he kind of sitting up. He was sitting on my bed when I came in. So like, he looking at me like, he was like, man, E-ball, wow. I'm like, what's up? E-ball was like, man, look here. So when he said here, he handed me like a ball of tobacco. It's probably about that much of tobacco. Now, he been on me for a minute. And he been paying. But you know what I mean? Like I say, I'll get mad at him and I'll even be on his neck. But I'll never put my hands on bro. You know what I mean? Just because I know he's harmless. I rock with him. And he just, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't get no points. Now, he'll get you mad enough that you might want to do that sometime. Like, he wasn't a dude, like I explained in my stories, that be running around owing everybody. But he used to owe everybody on the low. And he know it. You know what I mean? Anybody knew E-ball, you know, he used to owe a lot of people, man. Like, that was a lot. That was, you know, like his whole crew, kind of like, you know what I mean? So they used to, like, for real, E-ball used to just basically, like move around and try to take care of things and hope people don't really, like try to beat his head in. You know what I mean? And, like, those times can happen because you will have people that come up there and get on with what he like, which would be the D-block, and they don't know E-ball like that. You know what I mean? They don't know that, like, everything I just broke down to y'all, he's a good dude. He don't mean no harm. He gonna pay you. You know what I mean? He might end up touching, and then that'll kill the debt. Like, he's always going to continue. He's always going to kill his debt. So you will have dudes that come up there, and they wouldn't know that this is the play. Like, this is how it is. Like, we already know how it is. Like, dudes wouldn't know, so they'll deal with him. And E-ball will deal with these dudes, and next thing you know, he owe a bunch of dudes. So it's these two dudes in the pod that I was telling y'all about. It's two dudes in the pod, man. You know what I mean? One of them from Cheesetown, one of them was from Norfolk. You know what I mean? Both of them cool. Both of them was alright. You know what I mean? Especially the one from the town. I was cool with the one from the town. But the other one from Cheesetown, I'm going to say, man, me and him was like kind of on, like, we was alright. We weren't like that. You know what I mean? And that, for that reason, I mean, the reason why I say that is because, like, you know what I mean? This dude was a giant. You know what I mean? he was a giant. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. He was a giant, man. The man was the biggest dude in the compound, man. So, like, it was nothing I could do physically, to like, for real, if you think about like even getting a weapon and going at this man, like, you better land it right, man, because if you miss, it's like for real, he's so big, like you will look, he's not like 7 feet, but like he's a big dude. He was the biggest dude in the camp. But if you look at him, you would think like, man, if he get his hands on you and like pin you down and start hitting you, you might be done from one of them punches, man. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I really didn't get along with the other dude, you know what I mean, that was from Cheese Town. So those two dudes down on E-Ball. E-Ball got a little tobacco. E-Ball hit me off. He hit my roommate off. So we got a little tobacco. He told us don't say nothing about this tobacco. Don't say if it come up, we didn't get it from him. You know what I mean? So he used to play these little games knowing that like people put 2 and 2 together in penitentiary because they have nothing else to do, especially when dudes think you playing past them. Now, when I say playing past somebody, like we call that like when you ducking somebody, you trying to spin somebody. Like we say, man, he playing past me. You know what I mean? So dudes be probably thinking E-Ball, you know what I mean, goddamn playing past him. You know what I mean? The whole time, like he just trying to be cautious because he know he can't, if he do something for one of them dudes I'm talking about, he gonna have to do the same thing for the other. And he didn't have enough to do that. Now, I know what y'all thinking. He's supposed to take care of his debts. You know what I mean? But I don't know what kind of debts he used to have with these two. You know what I mean? I don't know what the debts is. You know what I mean? But all I know is, you know what I mean, the giant dude is down on him. When he came out of my cell, I looked, the giant dude is looking at him come out my cell. Now, the giant dude so nosy, he smoked the tobacco too. So, you know, he's sniffing and smelling, and he probably trying to put 2 and 2 together. So bro slide out my cell. Soon as bro slide out my cell, E-Ball like, man, dude's gonna find out he got it, man. He was like, he ain't got a lot though, man. He was like, man, she ain't bring him nothing but like a quarter of a bag, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like for real, that won't nothing. I'm like, man, he need to get the mother load, you know what I mean? So we like, man, we gonna have to try to make him, you know what we try to do, y'all? We try to get bro to get that in. We need him to get that in, man. Like, bro, that little quarter of a joint, you know what I mean? Like, that is nothing. The joint he was messing with was a big block. You know what I mean? So like she should be able to bring more. You know what I mean? Like, why not? So that was our whole mission. We just was trying to see how everything was gonna play out with these two maniacs, because me personally, I don't really care about going into business with a dude that got a lot going on. I'll just like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just tough it out, because you get into business with somebody that got a lot going on. Next thing you know, his business become your business. Next thing you know, you getting into stuff with other people because of him. And that's not how I move. I see that happen all the time in penitentiary. That's how it always happened with people. And I'm rolling with him, and this my dude, and that was mine's. And I don't be trying to get into all that, because I'm telling you, that can get ugly. You know what I mean? So like, I'm just trying to see how this is going to play out with them. I'm not really pressed on that we need him to make this play, but I really want to make the play. You know what I mean? So he come back later on, you know what I mean? After he talked to the big dude, he tell us that he told the big dude that, you know what I mean, I got the tobacco and I don't want nobody to know. And I gave him something for he can take care of him. Now, I don't know how much he owed him, but he owed the man. You know what I mean? He owed the man, man. He owed him, man. So the jump was crazy, man. Like, dude was on, man. Big dude was on him, man. Like, he was watching him from every angle, man. He had the Terminator eye, y'all. You hear me? The man had the Terminator eye, man. The man was... He got that goddamn package. He was on him, y'all. You hear me? Man, he was on, man. He was on, bro, man. Like, and I used to be like, damn, the dude from Norfolk. Like, you know what I mean? He on him too, but... like, how he gonna play this out? He paid the big dude, but didn't pay the dude from Norfolk. Now, I'm looking at it like he should have hit both of them off. So I say that. I'm like, yo, bro, why you ain't give both of them nothing, bro? Even if it costs that you don't really have nothing. I was like, for real, bro. Like, you know, I ain't gonna really hurt you, bro. You know what I mean? But like, I want my bread, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, we trying to make that play happen with the tobacco with the lady, man. Like, what we gotta do, bro? You know what I mean? Like, he like, nah, but I gotta take care. You know what I mean? So he like, look, well, let me get that junk back I gave you. He was like, hey, got one. Y'all got the same little ball. He was like, man, y'all share that junk. Head was like, man, I'm about to sell my junk, get some commissary. He was like, man, get your celly some, man, if I can get that back from him. And y'all just share if I can get a dude from. I said, bro, you should have done that in the first place. I said, you done went around here and then paid a whole bunch of other people and did a whole bunch of other stuff. You should have took care of your obligations, bro. These dudes in the pod with you, E-Ball. He was like, man, I know, man. Like, man, like, he used to know he used to do dumb stuff. You know what I mean? He used to know he used to do dumb stuff. So I'm like, man, this is wild right here, man. So I gave him the junk back, y'all. You know what I mean? Here, give me a little bit of his junk. I got a couple of junks. When I do smoke some tree, I can light a cigarette after. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? I can go buy a couple of rollers if it, you know what I mean? I don't want to see nothing happen to bro, so I give it to him. I give it to him, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I gave him back the ball of tobacco. So I guess he go get that to the dude from Norfolk. So the big dude find out that he gave something to the dude from Norfolk. The dude from Norfolk, he get the joint. And I don't know if off the rip, he start plucking roll-ups off the rip. But the big dude from Cheesetown gonna already know that I didn't give the dude from Norfolk that tobacco. Now, the dude from Norfolk, we was cool. But he did his thing and I did my thing. You know what I mean? So, like, we wasn't like we hanging in there. Like, we knew each other. We was cool with each other. And that's what it was. So, he get his joint. He get the little ball of tobacco. And they broke down roll-ups and start pumping the joint. The big dude, giant nigga, he on his Terminator shit. He pin dude selling the junk. Now he figuring out that bro got more. You know what I mean? He figuring out bro got more. So I'm like, man, this is crazy right here, man. This is nuts right here, man. So bro in the jump, you know what I mean? So the whole time this is going on, you know what I mean? The big dude, he kind of like, he feeling like he to the point where now, since bro lying about having more, he at the point now, he like, man, I'm gonna put my hands on him. And he too big, bro. Like E-Ball probably 5'5". You know what I mean? 5'5". He talking about putting his hands on him, man. So like E-Ball like go holler at him, Weezy. I'm like, man, I don't talk to dude like that no more, man. We used to talk, but I don't really rock with dude. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, like it ain't nothing I can say, bro. I was like, he wants stuff. Like I was like, how do you on? He was like, man, one time he had got something from his homeboy, man. He came and just told me he gave me a good deal on it, man. And this happened, that happened. So I'm like, man, you owe a giant, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, bro, I can't really fix everything, bro. I can't fix this. What you want me to do? So he like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. So the dude I'm talking about, the giant dude, he been in our part twice. This was the first time, though. You know what I mean? This was his first time ever. Like, you know what I mean? With a confrontation. But it wasn't a confrontation, but I just had to say he was in our part twice. You know what I mean? So when all this is going on, you know what I mean? The lady come to work that bro be talking to, you know what I mean? Bro be talking to the lady. I'm pretty sure he be telling the lady everything, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure. Now, I'm not saying that E-Ball, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that he went and he got the lady to get rid of big dude. But all I know is this, you know what I mean? The big dude came out. Like they had the doors open. You know what I mean? Now, the joint E-Ball messing with worked the night shift game. Now, they done had the doors open. You know what I mean? So, they had the doors open. So, dudes be out the night shift, moving around, running around. You know what I mean? So, E-Ball out there talking to the lady. The big dude so nosy on his... He on this Terminator game. He watching the whole play. He come out. You know what I mean? So, he all out in the bar. The lady, he the biggest dude on the compound. So, the lady like, yo, go back to your cell. So he like, what? You ain't telling nobody else go back to their cell. So he get into it with the lady. So E-Ball trying to go over there. He looking at E-Ball. You better talk to her like he getting loud and doing stuff like that. You better holler at her. You better tell her who I am. I'm like, I'm standing in the door looking at this like, man, dude, man, he lame, man. He lame. I was like, man, he lame for that, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, let bro do his ones and twos. And I'm not just saying that because I wanted to play, but I'm like, let bro do his ones and twos. E-Ball, man, like for real, I don't know. I'm taking that night, that particular situation right there, when he got into it with that lady, man, that was the damn, you know what I mean? Like that was the final draw. Like the lady was feeling like she had to save this nigga. And that's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I can think of, man, because the following Monday, when the following Monday rolled around, man, them people came and they told big dude to pack up and he was moving to 60 building. They moved him to San Francisco. They did him like he did, like they did him like he did. They did him like they did me. Man, they moved that man to San Francisco. He come back out the door. He walked down the steps. He go to the booth, because when you know you about to move or something like that, you'll go to the booth. The booth is up in the air, but you'll go to the flight. It's like you'll go to the where the front door is at, and the booth is over top of you. You know what I mean? You hit the button and talk to the lady. You know what I mean? But you know dudes about to move when they go to the door. And the lady, they got like a little hole in the booth, like where they can drop request forms and like different stuff that you might need at the booth got. Toilet paper, stuff like that. So the lady come out the hole and drop the trash bag. He's so tall, he grabbed the bags of me. He like, yeah, they moving me, man. They moving me, man. You know what I mean? Y'all know I'm a veteran with sneaky moves and like, cause I went through that, people getting rid of me in the jail. Like dudes do sneaky stuff sometime, man, to get rid of people. So like, I'm already hip. Now, I was already feeling like bro probably had done this or got the lady to do it. but I never told nobody. Like, I talked to Head about it, and he was like, he don't think he did it. And I was like, bro, like, why would they move dude? He was like, because dude be on his trying to be a bully in there. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know why they moved him, but he got moved. So one problem was eliminated from E-Ball. He got saved for a minute, man. So now E-Ball kind of moving around good. He moving around smooth. You know what I mean? So now he finally come to. Look, I need y'all. What's up? What you need, bro? Look, man. I need somebody to sponsor me with some bread because I gotta pay her to do it. You know what I mean? Because she said she gotta pay somebody to be able to, so I gotta be able to pay that. So I'm like, what you need? He was like, look, we gotta pay $300 to get 2 bags of tobacco. You know what I mean? He was like, but for the $300 and 2 bags, I get a bag and y'all get a bag. So I'm like, so I start doing the math. I'm like, man, me and Head can split the bag. We'll probably make what, 800 a piece. You know what I mean? Like maybe 1,000 a piece, which is still a good flip. It's a $700 flip. Head get his joint for free. So I'm just thinking like, I'm like, all right. I was like, that's a bet. I'm like, look, who we gotta get the money to? He was like, look, you gotta get a card. I gotta get rid of the green dot card, the green dot numbers. So boom, we make it happen. You know what I mean? We make it happen. We feeling like it's a good time to do it now because he got rid of one of the main problems, man. The dude was a giant. He got rid of the big dude. Big dude is out of there. You know what I mean? So now we looking like, damn, you know what I mean? Let's do it now. So we went on and did what we had to do. We made the play. You know what I mean? We gave him the money. You know what I mean? I say probably about 3 days go by. You know what I mean? 3 days go by. Goddamn, bro, come in the joint. Bro ain't hollering us to the night. He ain't hollering us at night. He waited till the morning. Morning time came. He was the first person at the doors when the doors pop. He come in the cell. You know what I mean? He go in his pants. He whip out the bag. You know what I mean? I was like, what the other bag? And he was like, I got it put up. I was like, you got it put up, huh? I wanted to see the whole thing. He was like, this your bag right here, Weezy. Damn. Damn, Weezy. So I said, damn, Weezy. I'm like, bro, listen, bro, like, but everything good, though. I was like, it's a bag. I looked, it was a lot of tobacco, so I'm assuming it was a bag. And Miggity thinking dollar signs, so we like, yeah, it's on now. You know what I mean? So he staying there for a minute. You know what I mean? He talked to us for a minute. We like, what you about to do? He like, man, I gotta move around, talk to a couple people. So I lost track of him through the whole day, but bro, I looked up, man, it was so many. When I tell y'all, look, we got the pack, but like by the time we stepped out, man, everybody's calling E-Ball, man. When I say everybody, you got dudes from other buildings coming. You got dudes from his city that's coming. You got dudes that I didn't even know that he knew that's coming. Man, everybody's calling this dude name. Everybody's calling him. Everybody, their mama calling him. Everybody calling him. I'm like, man, this dude, wow. So we were like, Head was like, man, I'm about to send my joint to the other side. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna sit on my joint and just smoke. Because at the time, like, I want to get my investment back, but like, you know, I'm not in a rush. I'm gonna get the money. Like this don't go old. Like this don't get stale. It's not gonna fall. So like I can put that back on, put my little joint in the cut, you know what I mean, and smoke whenever I want to now. I got tobacco. I can grab me a whole 50 sack and have that on me, and that's my personal jank. I ain't gotta sell nothing out of that. So I'm feeling like that. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? So little time went on. You know what I mean? I look up, bro going in, E-Ball going in the cell, my roommate. So I waited a little time. I go up there. Bro looking at E-Ball. E-Ball sitting at the joint like this. Shh. I'm like, what happened to you? He like, man, oh, everybody, Weezy, every damn body. I'm like, everybody. He like, bro, oh, everybody. You know, I owe that much people, bro. Everybody wants something, bro. He was like, man, I ain't got nothing left, bro. I was like, you ain't got nothing left from a whole bag? He was like, man, I ain't got nothing left, Weezy, man. I got to throw this person this, that. I had to get this. I had to take care of that, this and that. He was like, bro, look, bro, throw me $100 sack, bro. I know you got some. You ain't sold shit yet, Weezy. Throw me $100 sack. I'm like, bro, I ain't got no $100 sack, E-Ball, man. Head was like, man, me either, bro. You got rid of a whole bag. You fucked the whole bag up in a couple days. What the hell are you doing? He was like, man, I had to pay my bills. I'm like, man, this dude wild as shit. So that move right there kind of like really start, like when you're in business with somebody, you know, it's different. You know what I mean? Like his true ways, like it came out, and I didn't like it because I felt like somebody that'd like mess up a whole bag of tobacco, man, like who knows what else you would do. That's how I'm looking at it. So I'm not feeling good about this. You know what I mean? But at the same time though, like, cause I already know how he gonna try to get worse on me. He gonna try to come, and next thing you know, everybody gonna know I got it in the cut. So I'm already looking and being prepared for this, y'all. Like, I'm not really tripping because I'm getting prepared for this stuff. But I look, you know what I mean? I look, man, it's a dude that was in 32 pod. It's a different dude, man. He come to the jump. You know what I mean? He come to the jump, man. And you know what I mean? When he come to the jump, I see him talking to bro. He look angry. You know what I mean? He's from Richmond. He looks serious. You know what I mean? He want his bread. He don't care about that. You a good guy, good gift for gab. He's hearing about all this tobacco that bro had, and he didn't get nothing. That's what the dude from Richmond is hearing. So E-Ball called me down there. I'm like, call me. Look at that. What you call me for? I go down the steps. What's up? He like, hey, look, man, tell him, man, that wasn't my tobacco, bro. I was just selling it for you. You gave me something to kill my debts. So he looking at me, and when he look, he like, I'm like, it's a dude from Richmond, like, that's your Hank, bro. He was like, that's your Hank, bro. That's your Hank, bro. He said, that's your Hank, bro. I'm like, I was like, yeah, I guarantee we split it. I guarantee son take care of his joint. I don't know what he did with his joint though. You know what I mean? I just walked away. Like, bro, don't involve me in no lie, bro. Like, I ain't got time for that right there. You're going too far. God damn it, E-Ball, you're going too far, man. Don't involve me in no lies, man. You know what I mean? So he coming to sell. He holler at my celly. Hey, look, man, just give me this to get this dude, that old dude, $200. Let me get 100 sack from both of y'all. Then when we get the next sack, I'm gonna throw y'all back the 100 sack back. So I'm like, oh, Lord, man. You know what I mean, that's 250 sacks. You know what I mean? Which is 4 cups. Right, man. 4 cups of tobacco. That's how we measure the tobacco. The medicine cups, we dip in the tobacco, and then it goes to the top. That's $25 a cup. 50 sack is 2 of those cups. So now he's asking for a 100 bag, which is 4 cups. So he done got us out of 8 cups. We give it to him just on the strength to keep the play alive. You know what I mean? He take care of the dude. The situation is over with, man. You know what I mean? Now, I was happy that the situation was over with, but this dude, E-Ball, starting to be in a damn way. I like him, but come on, man, you in the way, man. So that's how I was looking at it. I ain't even gonna lie. So the whole time that this is going on, another thing that he kept from us, and y'all remember it was another maniac in there that I told y'all he owed, that was with the big, it was him, the big dude and the other dude from Norfolk. Now the dude from Norfolk, now he's in the joint. Now, of course, E-Ball is looking out for him. E-Ball is definitely looking out for him. You know what I mean? He's definitely looking out for him because he already know he's in the pod. So I don't know what he was doing or how much he still owe. I don't know what the case is. I don't know. But all I know is the dude from the town, the whole time he had a jack. Now we had a jack, but we had just lost a jack. So we trying to get another jack. So I wasn't even tripping on a jack because I had access to a jack. So I wasn't even tripping. But the dude from the town, he got a jack. Now, the reason why I found out he got a jack is because E-Ball, you know what I mean, he coming to sale one day. You know what I mean? He feeling himself. You know what I mean? I guess the joint start vibrating. He go in his pants. He pull out right in front of us. You know what I mean? Flip joint. You know, number the flip. He pull it out. Like, you got a jack, E-Ball? He's like, nah. This such and such junk. Such and such junk. I'm like, oh, for real? Like, yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, like, I ain't gonna ask bro to use his junk. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm gonna keep it how it is. Like, I ain't feeling to use the phone. You know what I mean? So he like, yeah, I just be holding it for him. You know what I mean? Through all the lockdowns. So I'm like, bro, you be doing all this and you holding the phone through all the lockdowns. He like, yeah, I get to talk to my girl and I get to do this. And, you know, I hold it through all the lockdowns. I stay the night with it and da. So he running everything down. So I'm like, this shit, wow. I'm like, this shit crazy as a bitch. So he got that situation going on. You know what I mean? Now, I didn't look at that situation like it was a threat. He just got that going on. So he's doing that for dude. He's holding the jack. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Him and dude, cool. Now, it was time to set up the play again. We set the play up again. When we set the play up again, we went on and paid him. You know what I mean? This time he was like, I want 2 bags myself. I was just trying to stack up on tobacco. I still got the half a bag in the cut, but I want 2 bags dolo. So I'm like, look, I told Head, let's go 300 a piece this time, give him the 6. And that way it'll be the 4 ball. You know what I mean? So we run the proposition down to bro. You know what I mean? Bro, like, all right, I'm gonna holler at her first. Bro, holler at her. He come back, say it's a go. You know what I mean? We do what we supposed to do. We get the $300 cards. You know what I mean? We give it to bro. Bro gave it to her. Bro come back and tell us that she ain't coming back to work until the following week. This was a Tuesday, so we like to the following week. He was like, yeah. He was like, look, she took 2 days vacation because her daughter about to graduate. You know what I mean? So he was like, she ain't gonna be back until the following Tuesday. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Like I say, bro ain't going nowhere, and they ain't never trying to beat you. Like, he might be grimy sometimes, but he's never really trying to beat you like that. But he in there. You know what I mean? So we got the play set up. So we just waiting patiently, you know what I mean, for the play to get set up. We waiting for the joint to get set up. So we hear a lot of noise. Hear a lot of noise one day. Come out in the pod, we hear somebody arguing. You know what I mean? Now, E-Ball slept in the back of the top table. You know what I mean? He slept in the back over there. Now, when I come out my cell, I hear the noise coming from that direction. I assumed off the rip that it was E-Ball's cell. So I walk and get closer. And when I walk and get closer, I see the dude from the town in there, like, over him, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you gonna pay me for this. You gonna do this, you gonna do that. Nah, I ain't trying to hear none of this. I ain't trying to hear none of that. You a piece of shit, bro. He's snapping on E-Ball. E-Ball, dude way taller than E-Ball. E-Ball just standing there listening like basically like, man, don't kill. He got the don't kill me eyes. You know what I mean? That's what he was looking like. Don't kill me. And dude was snapping out. So when we pin it, I call Head off the rip because Head kind of got a better rapport with dude than me. Even though I know dude, but I call Head like, yo, man, go in there and holler at dude, man. We got shit going on, bro. You know what I mean? We got shit going on, bro. Like, tell that nigga, man. You know what I mean? So Head try to holler at the nigga like, nah, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Fuck this nigga, da-da-da. He going in on bro. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, bro, listen, bro. I said, man, niggas got shit going on, bro. Goddamn nigga owe us some money and every damn thing, bro. You like, man, fuck this nigga, bro. He was like, I don't mean no harm, bro. Fuck this nigga, though. Da-da-da. Now, I still don't know what the fuck bro did. You know what I mean? So I'm mad. But I can't really take all my anger out on bro from Norfolk. This is penitentiary, y'all. Like, you get smarter, man. Like, I'm not gonna fight him for him just to keep dude safe. You know what I mean? If he got a problem with dude, it's probably a problem that's real because bro always be in the damn way. The problem is me for going into business with this dude. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna jeopardize everything to get into it with a dude from Norfolk or whoever it would have been. Because this is the problem. They have a problem. So I'm just mad that dude is from the town and he didn't understand and kind of sympathize, because if that was me, I would have probably sympathized with somebody that I know from my city that's official. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I'm going to let bro live until this and that. You know what I mean? But nah, he just ain't trying to hear nothing. So I see he in that mode, so I can't say nothing to him. So I'm just mad about the joint. So I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. So I'm like, that's wild right there, man. So like, I just walked away from the cell. So I'm just standing by my cell. I can look straight down to bro cell. So I'm just standing on the jump. Me and Head standing on the jump. We looking like jump crazy, man. And next thing you know, you just heard boom, boom, push, 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 push. Nigga, you a whack nigga, you a bitch, nigga. I'm like, oh man. Then you just see dude coming out the cell. He came out of E-Ball cell. Come stepping out that jump. Go to his cell. You know what I mean? He get to his cell. I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh man, he beat E-Ball up, man. I ain't never see the whole time. I done been on Lawrenceville with E-Ball for 5 years. I ain't never seen nobody beat him up. I'm like, oh man. So I'm like, yo, that's whack, man. Dude just messed the bread up. I'm like, that's so whack right there, man. So Head was like, I'm going to this cell. So we all like, all right. So we walk to E-Ball cell. We get to his cell. You know what I mean? He's standing in the mirror. He wiping his face, but like it's damaged. This right here is damaged. I never seen E-Ball ever damaged. You know what I mean? He was kind of like, he was lighter than me. He wasn't a light-skinned dude, but he was lighter than me. You know what I mean? His junk damaged right here. His eye look all swollen. His nose bleeding. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, E-Ball, man, you all right, man? He just looking in the mirror like, just looking like, I'm like, bro, man, come on, bro, don't worry. He was like, he ain't had no words. I'm like, oh, man, I'm like, so it was lockdown time. Me and bro go back in the cell. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like, I hope the bro don't check in, man. He like, man, he ain't checking in, man. Nigga, goddamn, you know what I mean? Soon as he said that, police come in there, go straight up the steps, go straight to E-Ball cell. I look, you see E-Ball coming down the steps with no handcuffs. I'm looking like, oh. Not E-Ball, man. E-Ball always kept it solid. You know what I mean? But it took one dude to put hands on him finally. And I guess that was like the final draw, bro. Like, he probably just felt like he wasn't going to be able to weasel his way out of this one. You know what I mean? So E-Ball was out of there, man. E-Ball went to the damn hole, yo. I couldn't believe it, man. That was that man first time ever in the hole in Lawrenceville, man, when he checked in. That man went to the damn hole. I couldn't believe it. So I'm just pissed about the whole shit. Because the play is over with. Like, I was ready to say something to the lady. You know what I mean? But what stopped me from saying something to the lady is this word, man. Like, I had wrote E-Ball a kite while he was in the bank. E-Ball wrote me a kite back and said, man, the lady said she keeping the bread. He was like, I ain't got the bread, Weezy. She said she ain't messing with me no more because I'm in the hole. And he told me he won't coming back out. I wrote him back. I said, I drew a big metal finger on the paper. This was his kite back. You know what I mean? That's all I said on the joint. I drew it just like this. I said, man, this nigga petty as hell. He done bucked on his bread. But like, dude, like, you know what I mean? Like the energy with dude, like it was the tension was getting different with me and him in head. So we looking like, damn, this shit dumb, dude. Did that dumb ass shit. Fuck the bread up, you know what I mean? Goddamn, one day he seen me. He was like, yo, man, let me holler at you, Weezy, man. I'm like, what's up? He like, man, no, you know what I mean? Like, he probably owed a few people and shit, man. But he was like, I couldn't take it no more, bro. He was like, he did the worst shit ever, bro, and I caught him. I was like, what'd he do? He was like, bro, this is my word, man. He was like, man, that nigga tried to take my girl, bro. He was like, man, she got down straight fucking just set him up for like 2 weeks. Just baiting him in, all type of shit, text messages, all type of shit, Weezy, man. He was like, man, on my phone, he tried to take my girl. Know what I mean? I was like, bro, you sure? He was like, man, I'm sure, bro. He was like, man, he did it. He was like, he did it, man. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn. He was like, bro, I had to put hands on that nigga, man. He was like, I didn't know he was gonna check in, though. I didn't want that to happen. He was like, but I had to put hands on him, though. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, that's wild as a bitch, bro. He was like, yeah, man. He was like, man, my bad, though. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, it's all good, bro. I go back in the room and holler at Head. Head was like, I tell Head to play. He was like, yeah, it's true, bro. He was like, yeah, bro. Easy was telling me he was gonna take that joke, bro. I was like, man, this nigga, this E-Ball live on the edge, man. Y'all see this, man? He could have really got like hurt for this, man. Like, it could have been real violence, man. Like I'm just happy it played out like that, man. Long story short, E-Ball still owe me. You know what I mean? I didn't see him no more. He got transferred. He was out of there. He left Lawrenceville. He was up there for a minute. He was gone from Lawrenceville. E-Ball luck so bad, they transfer me to Greensville. I get to Greensville. I'm on Greensville, y'all. On that side I was on. Man, this is my word. I see him. I spot him. I'm like, they got him in the gangland building right beside me because he's not about to go home. So he's in the building beside me in the gangland building. I spot him. He was like, when he see me, he saw me. He was like, because he probably wasn't thinking I was coming up there. He see me. He was like, damn. I read his lips. He was like, damn. He used to always do that shit. Damn. I said, yeah, nigga. I said, yeah. He said, you about to go home, though, motherfucker. I said, yeah. I said, nigga, I want my money, nigga. I said, man, why you check in, man? He was like, man, I couldn't be in there no more, Weezy, man. I said, man, I want my bread. He was like, man, no, you don't. You about to go home, man. I was like, man, all right. You know what I mean? So I ain't say nothing because I was about to go home. You know what I mean? Yeah, then I go to school one day. You know what I mean? Niggas like, yo, you know, your man, dude that in my class was in the building with him. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, you know, your man got the tobacco. I was like, so I had stopped smoking weed, but I'm like, damn, I still smoke the tobacco. I'm like, who? He was like the little short dude. I'm like, oh, E-Ball? He like, yeah. He was like, yo, I think he got down. Real, the young boy is a young CO dude. I told you, bro, got the gift of gab. This is going to be like this is what he do. I ain't gonna lie. He's a beast with that shit. So they say he had a dude bringing the tobacco in. I catch him. You know what I mean? Catch him, run him down. I call him to the window. They in the building across from us. But his pod is on the bottom tail like my pod. So I can just tell somebody where he crossed through the window. Hey, get E-Ball. E-Ball. Get E-Ball. Oh, all right, dude, call him to he comes to the window. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, nigga, yeah, nigga. I was like, throw me. He was like, he did it again. Damn. He was like, well, we go eat. I'm gonna holler at you. I went to go eat, but they was going to commissary. I see him. He spot me. He was like, hey, goddamn, Weezy, I can't get by you for nothing. I see you got the nigga bringing it. I almost got back in that mode again, y'all. I had to catch myself. I see you got the nigga. He was like, yeah, but the blood's got him too. So I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm like, she always in a maniac mission. I said, look, bro, throw me some. He was like, yeah, here. He was like, yeah, he threw me 250 sacks. He was like, we even, bro? I was like, yeah, we even, man. I took the 250 sacks, man. It was a wrap, man. But E-Ball, that was the last time I seen him, man. E-Ball was a maniac, man. And, you know, I'm happy he didn't get really hurt from that little grimy stuff he did, man. Like, for real, I wanted to ask him about that, but it wasn't none of my business. You know what I mean? I wanted to ask him why he did that, but it wasn't none of my business, y'all. But E-Ball made it, you know what I mean? E-Ball made it through that jump, but E-Ball, he deserved what happened, man. You know what I mean? It was his fault. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, E-Ball, man, if you ever watching this, man, he was a maniac, man. But that's the end of the damn story. Y'all already know what it is, man. Another In the Car Chronicles, man. Like, share, and subscribe this jump, man. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on IG, Staying Out the Way Trade, man. Y'all already know what it is. We staying out the way for we can stay out here with this good weather and chill with our family, man. And have barbecues in the summer, man. Dudes don't eat barbecue in penitentiary, man. We trying to stay out here and live good, man. We can do what we want, man. That's all I want y'all to do, man. So just stay y'all ass out the way for me, man. Period, man. But I appreciate y'all for watching, man. We'll be back again with another In the Car Chronicles. Let's get it.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.